And a wonderful good evening to you. Thank you for joining us here in the KXAN Live studios. I'm your host, Billy Gates, and this is, of course, Nick's First Warning with the man himself, Nick Bannon.
Hi, good evening.
And Nick, we're here to talk about when typically the last freezes will happen in the Austin area. I know you've gone over the data and you've written a weather blog about it on our website. There, it's right on the front page there if you want to go have a look at it. But let us, kind of spill the beans for us, Nick. Kind of going over the data about freezes historically. When is it typically? When are we done typically here in Austin?
Well, we'll talk about when we're historically done, and then we'll also give you some indications what we're thinking for this year too, just so that you can get an indication of what we're leaning toward anyway. First, beautiful evening. What a beautiful weekend. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is how things are looking just before 6 o'clock in Austin. All right, where are we from the freeze count perspective so far? It is tough when you add up freezes to say how many freezes do you get in winter, because sometimes they fall out of the winter season. Sometimes they happen in October and November, which is not technically meteorological winter. Sometimes they happen in March and April, which is technically also not meteorological winter. So we'll call it the freeze count since October. We've had 8 freezes in Austin, and as it would happen, they've all happened in the winter months anyway. Typically, by the end of the cold months, we get 12 freezes in Austin, and there is still time for us to catch up to normal, but as things stand for now, if we were to get no more freezes over the next couple of months in Austin, we would end up with fewer freezes than normal. Here are the average freezes per month in Austin at Camp Mabry. We average 1 in November, 3 in December, 5 in January, 2 in February, and you can see there 1 in March. So we're almost done with January. We do not anticipate any additional freezes in January, but there is the potential there, of course, for more freezes in February and March if we were to go along with the way that weather typically happens on average in Austin. These are the days of the last 5 years of our final freeze of the colder months. You can see last year our final freeze was on February 18th. Typically, the final freeze of the colder months is February 15th. So that's a little behind average, but very close to normal. Back in 2022, we had a freeze as late as March 12th. In 2021, it was February 20th. Our final freeze of the year 2020, at least for the cold months early in the year, was February 27th. And then back in 29, our final freeze of the colder months was not until March. So, Billy, at least looking at recent years, we could still have a few more weeks to go.
And I was looking through some of the details in your blog there, and I noticed one freeze, 1914. That happened in April.
Yeah, we're talking about this impending eclipse on April 8th. Had it happened in 1914, we would have had some very chilly temperatures here surrounding that. But yeah, I've got now a list of the latest freezes ever in Austin, not just the last 5 years, but ever since record keeping began in the Austin area back in the late 1800s. And you can see, yes, that April 9th, which was our final freeze of that season that happened back in 1914. We also had a freeze on April 2nd in 1924, April 1st in 1926. So we have had them in April before, even though we typically see our last freeze in the middle of February. So we're not safe until we're safe, I guess, Billy.
Man, those 1920s, 1910s in April, that's brutal here.
I know, but let's turn our attention now to what we're looking at.
Of course, we all remember them, right?
Oh, yes. You and I, just after the Titanic there.
Right.
Let's look ahead at what we're forecasting for low temperatures over the next week. And what you'll see is not only no near freezing temperatures in Austin over the next 7 days. These are morning lows that we're expecting at Austin in Camp Mabry. But we're also forecasting no 30s even. The coldest we get over the next 7 mornings is in the 40s, which means to wrap up January, we're not forecasting any more freezes, and at least for the first 2 or 3 days of February, we're not expecting any more freezes as well. take it beyond that, the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center that takes us through February 11th, only 4 days before the average final freeze of the year, and we're looking near normal to warmer than normal during that stretch of 7 days. That doesn't mean that we can't have a freeze during that period and still end up near or warmer than normal. But we're not looking for, at least in the near term, prolonged cold that would increase our chances for a freeze. Now, in the blog, I've got a look at some of our computer models, and I pulled up the coldest ones to show you our next best chance of nights in the low 30s in Austin, and it would be around February 5th and 6th. That particular model brings us down into the mid-30s, which is still not freezing, but there may be some chilly air around the beginning of this current outlook, but we're still not expecting a freeze in Austin through the first week, maybe even the first 2 weeks of February there, Billy. So the signs are pointing to at least a delay until our next freeze, but we're not going to say that we're done with freezes yet for the season, because there's still the rest of February, and technically we can still freeze in March or even, dare I say it, April. We're just not seeing signs of any additional freezes anytime soon.
You know, like if it froze here in April, then that'd be like a once in 100-year freeze. That'd be kind of weird,
something
right?
like that.
That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah. Well,
who knows?
We could say that we lived through it.
I
Right?
guess, right, yeah. So you're saying there's a chance.
Let's hope that we're not. I do want to jump ahead and move beyond freezes now to give you a first warning about our next big storm coming to Central Texas. Details 6 days out are not as specific as we would love to give you, but here's what we're looking at. The potential for heavy rain and storms Friday night, this coming Friday night, into next weekend, into really just Saturday. Right now, all of Central Texas could be impacted by this rain. We need more rain in the hill country, especially given that most of the focus for the heaviest of the rain, the foot or more rainfall totals over this past week, were in our eastern counties. So for right now, all of us in with a chance of some decent rainfall amounts Friday night into Saturday. Problem is, there's also some indications we could be looking at some flash flooding concerns, as well as even the risk for severe weather. This would mainly be focused on Saturday, with only the lighter rainfall amounts getting going during Friday afternoon and Friday night. Now, the National Weather Service's 7-day rainfall forecast is a range that would be manageable, 3/4 of an inch of rain to 2.5 inches on the high end. However, there are some other computer models that spit out a good 2 to 3 inches even for the metro, with some localized even higher amounts than that. So we just want to give you the early heads up that our focus a lot of the time this week is going to be on that Friday night to especially Saturday time frame. And you'll see why. There's really not a whole lot going on during the majority of the work week. So we'll be giving you that first warning about the potential for impactful weather on Saturday, Billy.
So yeah, beautiful for most of the week, and then the big rains come back. That last big rain bout we had on my home weather station, I had about 5 inches in my bucket over the 2.5-ish days that we had measurable rain at my place in Southwest Austin. So
yeah, it was a significant rainfall. It means that this January, even without any more rain for the rest of the month, will be the 5th wettest January on record at Austin's Camp Mabry. It already means that even if we get no rain in February, which is the last month of meteorological winter, that this winter will go down as a wetter than normal winter, which is, of course, what we've basically been hinting at with our El Nino expectations over the last several months.
Well, there you have it. There's your first warning, a little bit of a kind of peek behind the curtain of when we might freeze last, and, some rain's coming.
Yeah, and we could still use the rain. It is not all a negative thing, but it may come down too heavily and give us a few problems here at the beginning of next weekend. Of course, stay with us. We'll keep you updated through the week.
Yeah, and one more quick thing. Speaking of we need the rain, I mean, how has our drought situation been since that last big shot of rain here?
So the rainfall since Tuesday morning, which of course there was some decent rainfall since Tuesday morning, was not factored into our more recent drought update. And if you give me a second here, Billy, I can try and pull out the latest drought monitor. But here was the previous week's drought monitor here in Central Texas. So this was last week. And then as I show you what this week's looked like, there was big improvements by one category on the drought monitor for areas near 35, and we even saw basically an eradication of drought in Fayette County and much of Lee County, not even in a level 1 out of 5 drought there. So some big improvements as far as the drought was concerned in our eastern counties, and this doesn't even include that heavy rain that led to the flooding there. So we will see likely an even bigger improvement in the next drought update that comes this Thursday that will factor in the rain since this past Tuesday morning. But where we need the rain the most is in those areas of extreme or level 3 out of 4 drought in Blanco, southwestern Hays, southern Gillespie County, and then that circle there in Williamson County. So there's still more need for rain. What we had was beneficial. We'll take it, but we need more rain, and it looks like we might get it Friday night to Saturday.
Yeah, so hopefully this weekend that good shot of rain will at least help the drought situation for sure.
Yeah, and of course this is the way things look right now here on a Sunday evening. 6 days away is when we're looking at that potential for some problematic but beneficial rainfall at the same time. Stay with the team. We'll keep you updated as we tweak and fine-tune through the week.
Yes, online and over the air, you've always got us, KXAN.com, and of course, KXAN First Warning Weather with Nick and the rest of the crew. Well, until next time, thank you for joining us, and this has been Nick's First Warning, and we will talk to you again very soon.